three things that it takes in order to make like someone well balanced in business. Okay, so there's three things. There's a hustler, an entrepreneur, and a businessman.
Right.
And a hustler, right? The thing about hustling, if you're one of too many of these things, so if you're a hustler, you're thinking short term. You're going out to get that money, you're making that quick buck, you don't care who you burn, it doesn't matter, short term, right?
Right.
Then you have the entrepreneur, who's more of like a visionary, right? So
Right.
they're perfect, they have the plan, they're like the artist, they see the vision, they see the downward vision.
Yeah.
And then you have a businessman, right? Which a lot of, let's say, corporate America, things like that. They're looking at the numbers, they don't care, we gotta make the numbers. They don't always see the vision, and they don't always see the hustle. They just say, what's the number, that's all I care about. Now, if you're too many of any one of these three things, right? Too much of a hustler, you're short term. If you're an entrepreneur, you might get lost in the art of it, never make any money. And if you're a businessman, you might not see the vision or see the hustle.
Right.
Out of those three categories, which one do you believe you are today?
Well,
a hustler, an entrepreneur, or a businessman, or all three? And where do you think you are with any of
No,
those?
I've gone through.
Because you're doing all of it, by the way.
I've gone
'Cause
through
you've
the training
hustled.
camp. Like you look in the beginning, it's hustler because it's for survival. You know, and the short term goal is a great enough accomplishment.
Okay.
You know, so you're hustling, you're doing what you gotta do, and then as you get to a stage of you perceiving yourself as an entrepreneur, people say it and they're not necessarily entrepreneurs at that point. I think entrepreneurs they've researched the direction they're going in. So they have information. They entrepreneurs gonna.
And that's a loose term today. That's especially with the younger generation.
Right,
But everyone's an entrepreneur.
Well, my interpretation of
Yeah.
it is someone who has information or acquired information about how it actually works. They may not necessarily have all the resources to execute it, but is working in that direction for it to be a success. You know, and that's in the courses. You know,
What do you mean?
You get that out the book. It's textbook business that goes on traditionally, or what you should expect in business, right? And that like it's easier to conduct that. Like if a person is extremely successful, they'll have a team, right? So the lawyers there's other people there that would catch things that would be right. Nah, you got to change this. You know, because lawyers think a little different. They think about everything that can go wrong.
They can go wrong rather than what can go right.
Well, no, yes. So you got to balance that. Like you can't have, like I have general counsel, but I didn't have that in the very beginning.
But you kind of got to direct them sometimes too, right? Because if not, they'll kill a company within seconds, and a deal.
They'll kill an idea before it even take off because
They'll tell you a reason not to.
They're exploring everything that could go wrong when everything's gonna go right. What's the matter with you? Like, and sometimes you gotta, if you know instinctively that this is something that'll work, it's a no-brainer, then you can just go do it. I've done it against my lawyer's wishes at that point.
And that's either the entrepreneur in you or the hustler in you.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't know everything.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like I'm telling you some things I can tell you this is gonna work. And when it works, he goes, yeah, you're right. You made the right call. And generally, if you benefit the most from it anyway. So you know, he says, "What? I can't be wrong." Like you're right.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's cool.
Out of those three, though, hustler, entrepreneur, businessman, which one do you think you are most of today?
Well, I'm still an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.